Hello, Math 8 students. This is puzzle number 5, which also counts for homework number 4. So make sure as you're watching this video, you have a piece of paper out right next to you and you're writing down the title, last name, first name, date, and period, because if you don't, I will take points off when you turn in your homework at the end of the week. So as you're watching this video, you will be doing these 4 problems with me. You'll be following along. So here we go. Alright, so we're going to continue solving word problems using the Pythagorean Theorem. You should already have this information written down in your homework number 3, but just a reminder, here's the Pythagorean Theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. You know your legs are the two shortest sides. Hypotenuse is the longest side, so make sure we have that information. And also the inverse of a square is our square root, so that's the information we're going to need to use today. Alright, so let's read this first word problem. So, a park is in the shape of a rectangle. It's 8 miles long and 6 miles wide. So, most important thing is we need to underline our important information. How much shorter is your walk if you walk diagonally across the park? Okay? Alright, so the first thing we need to do is draw our park. Like the directions say, draw a picture first. So, like it says, it is 8 miles long and it is 6 miles wide. I want to know if I cut across corner to corner, how long would that distance be if I went diagonally across from the park? So remember, if we're across the street from the right angle, this is the longest side of the triangle we're looking at, because now I'm looking at a triangle. So we're going to look for the hypotenuse. So step 2, I need to label my parts. So I'm going to say 6 is A, 8 is B, and we know C, we don't know what that is. So C is just going to stay question mark. So make sure you label what your sides are. And now all we need to do is to apply the Pythagorean Theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So make sure we have that theorem available. Then you're going to substitute the values directly into the equation. So I'm going to have you guys do this problem on your own because this problem is almost exactly the same as problem number 1 from homework number 3. So if you get stuck, go back to number 3 and the work should be almost identical at this point. So let's go ahead and try the next problem. Alright, here we go, number 2. I'm going to read it to you guys. Remember, we're going to underline that important information that we need in order to solve the problem. So Donna's TV screen is 20 inches long. If diagonal measures 25 inches long, what is the width of Donna's TV? Alright, so like I said before, the most important thing we got to do is we got to draw. So let's go ahead and draw Donna's TV. So we know that the TV is 20 inches long and diagonally across it is 25 inches. So we want to know what is the width of the TV. So let's go ahead and identify our A, B, and C. So our A is our question mark because we don't know what the width is. We're going to have 20 B, and 25 is going to be C. So we have A equals question mark, or we use X in math. B equals 20 inches. And C equals 25 inches. So the next thing we're going to do is plug everything directly into the theorem. So instead of A, I'm going to put x squared. Instead of B, we said B is 20. So I'm going to say 20 squared. And C is 25 squared. So put a line down the middle. X squared just stays x squared. 20 squared, remember, anything squared is just times itself. So 20 times 20 should give you 400. And 25 times 25 is 625. Alright, I want to get x by itself, so the opposite of a positive 400 is going to be minus 400 on both sides, minus 400 over here. 625 minus 400 gives you 225. These cancel out, and I'm left with x squared. Remember, x is not by itself yet, so I have to do the square root on both sides to cancel out that square. So that cancels out. I'm left with just x. And if you look at your perfect square chart, the square root of 225 is going to give you 15. So the TV is 15 inches wide. So there's the answer to number 2. All right, let's go ahead and go on to number 3. So I'm going to read the problem to you and make sure that we are underlining the information as we go. So a soccer field is a rectangle. It is 100 meters wide and 130 meters long. The coach asked the players to run from corner to corner diagonally across. So what is the distance? So this is very similar to the problem number 1. All right, so let's draw our soccer field. It is going to be 100 meters wide and 130 meters long. I want to know if I go from corner to corner, how long is that going to take me? So what side am I looking for? Well, this side that I'm missing is the longest side, or it is directly across from the right angle, so we know that's the hypotenuse. So let's have 100 be A, 130 be B, and the missing side is going to be C. So the next thing we need to do is substitute everything directly into the theorem. So instead of A, I'm going to put 100 squared. Instead of B, I'm going to put 130 squared. And instead of, C squared can just stay the same. So, because that's what the side we're looking for. All right, I know these are big numbers, but just plug them into your calculator. So 100 squared is going to be 10,000. 130 squared, so 130 times 130 is going to be 16,900, and then equals C squared. We need to add 10,000 plus 16,900. Just add it in the calculator. That gives you 26,900 equals C squared. I need to get C all by itself. Well, the inverse of a square is a square root, so I'm going to square root both sides. Remember, a square and a square root cancel each other out, so that goes away. The square root of 26,000, you can plug that into your calculator, and that will give you C equals 164.01 meters. So it's 164 meters to go directly across the soccer field. Alrighty, so I'm going to leave you to do number 4 on your own. So you need to finish number 1 and do number 4. Number 4 is exactly the same as number 3, but just different numbers. So follow along like I did for number 3. Just different numbers. Use your calculator with those big numbers. Don't let them scare you. I hope this helps so you guys can get ready for your quiz tomorrow. Remember, on your quiz, you will need to show me work for some of those problems. Those are 60% of your quiz grade. So just showing me work gives you a 60%, and then you can earn better grade from there. So if you have any questions, please let me know, Ms. Turner.